Hi and welcome to the Self-Made Video Edition, giving you all the skills you need to be successfully self-made. I'm Kime, a multidisciplinary creator, educator, and entrepreneur. This set of videos will give you everything you need to know about setting yourself up as a freelancer. In this video, we're tackling a topic that can be a bit tricky for freelancers everywhere, and that is pricing your services. We'll also touch on handling rejections, bumping up your rates, and some smart negotiation techniques. How much should I charge? I'm scared to raise my prices because I'm going to scare people away to cheaper lands. I wouldn't pay that much, so I can't charge anyone that much. If any of those sounds familiar, you're not alone. Money has long been a taboo of a subject and a source of discomfort for so many, especially for us creative folk, as all we want to do is make cool things and get paid for it. No drama. Before getting into the fine details, I want to address the emotional effects of raising your rates. We all have different relationships with money, different spending styles and circumstances, which can all affect how we view finances and associate with it. In a society where creative industries are often first on the chopping block for budget cuts, or deemed as Mickey Mouse careers with no real value, this can leave creators losing confidence, not only in themselves, but also the value of their work, in turn affecting one's ability to charge a higher, more deserved rate. Creative industries contribute billions to the UK economy, creating tons of jobs, opportunity, and value in the process. And secondly, imagine if tomorrow all creative roles were pulled off the face of the earth. No musicians, no actors, no interior designers, no animators, no creators. Exactly. So anytime you start to doubt the value you bring as a creator, just think about how lifeless this planet would be without the creative industry and without people like you. Okay, pep talk done. Let's talk money. Different pricing methods. There are a few common ways to price your work. Time-based rates like hourly, day rates, or month-to-month. Project-based rates, package rates, and value-based pricing, to name but a few. Hourly is one of the most common go-tos for freelancers because it's straightforward and the easiest to calculate. You charge for the time you spend. Bish bash bosh, very simple. However, although it's easy charging based on time alone, it doesn't always take into account the value you're providing to the client. Often, as you improve, you become more time efficient as well, meaning you end up being paid less over time. However, time-based rates are great for one-off events or services where the client has no plans to use the content commercially. Another common method is project-based rates. This is where you quote a fixed price for the entire project, and similarly you have value-based rates where you set a price based on the value or outcome your work brings to the client. Value-based rates are usually the most lucrative as these rates tend to be on the higher side. These two methods are well suited to freelance services and projects where the client stands to gain further value as a result of your work. Licensing is also another option to earn money from your work. This is where clients will borrow your work for a set amount of time or for a set purpose, and they pay you for it. For example, you could be paid via advance payment, where you receive a lump sum upfront, and/or royalties, a percentage of each sale as you go along. Okay, now maths, quick maths. I'm going to share 3 of my pricing formulas to help you calculate a sustainable rate that works with your individual circumstances and make sure you're being paid properly. For more on this, check out our free downloadable resource. Negotiation. Right, now you need to be able to communicate that price. Communicate value and not just cost. When discussing rates, focus on the value you bring to the table, not just the price. Explain how your skills, experience, and the quality of your work justify your rate. If you can articulate how your work will solve a problem, improve their business, or save them time and money, clients are more likely to see the worth in paying you your asking price. Listen well. Good negotiation is as much about listening as it is about talking. So pay attention to the client's needs and concerns. This can provide you with valuable insights into what is most important to them, allowing you to tailor your proposal in a way that addresses their specific priorities. Flexibility. If the client is not able to afford your full rate, do you have any alternative options? Could you perhaps provide a reduced service by knocking off a couple of features, for example? If this isn't possible, then be prepared to walk away. Remember, you need to be paid properly, and not everyone will be able to afford you. Here's a super quick calculation to help you calculate a rate to kick negotiations off with. This leads us into the final section, handling rejection. Rejection, it's a part of operating as a freelancer. It's not possible for everyone to be able to afford your products and services. And if everyone can, this is often a sign that you're probably not charging enough. People will reject you for a bunch of reasons, such as they can't understand the value, they're looking for the cheapest option, or they've just changed their mind, or they simply can't afford you. No matter how great or how popular one is, rejection is something that will always be experienced at one point or another. It's not personal, doesn't mean that you should hang it up or start again. Sometimes all it could mean is that you have to tap into what the client wants or needs and figure out how much that's all worth to them. Tell them what they're going to get out of all this and how this will make things better or easier for them. And if they're still not on board, it's okay, because there will be others who will be. And there you have it, a quick guide to pricing yourself as a freelancer. Remember, pricing is part art, part science, and totally unique to your situation. Keep honing your skills, understand your value, and don't be afraid to ask for what you're worth. Have a look at our free downloadable resource for more formulas and support for pricing. Join me for the next final video in this series, where we'll round things off with the paperwork you'll need to keep things running smoothly.